What do you think of this place?
This place? It's a nice space.
I'd call him careful, I'd call him stubborn. He has his idea of how things should be done. Fortunately, his ideas are pretty usually right, so.
Stubborn? Me? Who would ever say that?
His reputation was just that he was very strong-willed.
His mind is sharper than sharp. He's always been that way. He has a memory. We do two schools, every year, and he can remember 30 schools ago and what went on, and it's pretty good.
Speaking softly and carrying a big stick, Art has always operated that way. He was not the loudest and the most obvious, but he was probably one of the most effective people.
Well, he's somebody that I could be proud to know.
Arthur Dudley. I'm a general contractor. I've been in business since 1975.
In the rolling hills of rural Parsonsfield, Maine, the 1950s unfolded in quiet simplicity. It was a time when life moved slowly and the values of hard work, community, and self-reliance were etched into the very fabric of daily life. For young Arthur Dudley, or Art as he was known to those close to him, this was where his story began. Our Art was born into a world of simplicity. The small farm where he grew up was more than just land. It was a place where values were cultivated alongside the crops.
That's how our life was. It was living off the land with my father and mother, and we were not rich by any means. Country is country, and North Parsonsfield was definitely country.
He got his degree in history and actually was a history teacher, and then sold pharmaceuticals for a while. and then I think he and Uncle Bill, his brother, decided to build a spec house, and it just kind of evolved from that, yeah.
That was where my experience started with construction, really. Our focus was work. I mean, it was a good experience. I found out how to do things correctly from my brother's experience. And I built my first school in 1986 and then continued on, and primarily schools have been my history since 1986.
In 1987, the market crashed, and Art faced his darkest hour. With a heavy heart, he had to let go of many of his crew, returning to the field himself.
That could not have settled well with him, and he didn't have control on it. I mean, he gave all these people an opportunity, and then out of his control, the market crashes. And, when you have to tell somebody they don't have a job and no more paycheck, it's a tough thing.
It was a tough time, but it was either that or I would have been folded. There's no question about it. I survived by putting myself back out on the field, and when I made it through that, I said that I would never put myself in a position where I had to look at people and say, sorry, I can't, I've got to lay you off. It was too painful for me. So.
He really likes that it's a very small, tightly knit company that is really a family. Not even just us, literally family, but also,
The other three people.
His core team is, pretty small, but they are his core team. You know that on an Art Dudley project, you're going to get, for the most part, A, B, C. He's got a few people that you always work with, and it's a good team.
Art's a family person.
Right now, I have 4 guys, plus myself, plus my daughter. So, and that's it.
I do love saying I work for the family business. I think it's really nice.
He's gone from our small neighborhood schools to, we just built probably the largest state-of-the-art high school. As time goes on, construction changes, technology changes, and he's kind of picked up along with it. But at the same time, he's still the same guy who will crunch his numbers by hand and make his edits by hand.
What I found out was that work does not stop at 5 o'clock at night. Many nights you're still doing it at 8:30, 9 o'clock at night. It does not start at 7 o'clock in the morning. It starts frequently at 5 o'clock in the morning.
They've been building an awful lot of schools throughout the state. and I assume he's got it right, so he's doing pretty good at it.
I'm in awe of what Art has accomplished, starting from where he started.
He enjoys what he's doing, and I guess that's what you should achieve in life, ultimately, enjoy what you're doing. And you have to have a reason to get up in the morning and do something, you know, so you might as well do what you love. And I think that's his motivation.
Aside from traveling and some skiing, I don't think he has a lot of diversions so that he gets pulled off track very, very much. He's pretty focused on what he's about.
I enjoy hard work, always have, okay?
From the day of his bid to the day he hands it over to the owner, he makes sure every T is crossed and every I is dotted. And it's a tough thing to do, but he just runs it through his mind.
I heard a story of his acceptance speech. As president of AGC of Maine was the shortest in the history of the office. Do a good job and let's get at it.
Why spend time on a speech that people are going to forget in 10 minutes anyway?
I don't think Art will ever fully disappear, and I hope he doesn't, because he does just have so much knowledge to share.
It keeps me feeling young, so why retire out of something that you enjoy every day? But when you have people around you that give you the support that you need, and the company gets the support from them that it needs, the work is not as hard as it used to be.
He's always made perfect sense. If there's a big mistake on somebody's part and a big misunderstanding, he's sort of called it right and dealt with it properly. So I'd work with him at any time.
You should, and I think he is very proud of his achievements there and realizes that hundreds and thousands of students will be utilizing his buildings for many years to come. That deserves an award.
How would you like the construction world to remember you?
Someone who was fair with the people they dealt with, someone who treated their contemporaries with respect, and even though it's a tough competitive world out there, we always got along.
Thank you, Art, for everything that you've done for the state of Maine and for all of our schools.
Art, I guess you know that I'm proud of you. Congratulations. Well done. Proud to know you.
Congratulations, Arthur. I'm very proud of you. I'm glad you got the M.A.C. finally. Appreciate everything you've done for us, and enjoy this evening.
Thank you, Dad, for providing us with everything that you have in our lives, right from childhood sports, toys, memories, camping. Taking us on family trips, showing us that one person can make a huge difference in a lot of people's lives. I can't imagine for a better role model.
Dad, we've had plenty of differences in opinion over the years, but because of that, you taught me how to always speak my mind fearlessly, regardless of the audience. Yeah, I'm tremendously proud to be Art's daughter. I love calling people and saying, I'm Andrea Dudley, with Art Dudley Contractor Builder. Thank you for all the sacrifices that you made for us, providing for us as a family and for the company.
Everybody's really super, super proud and happy that you're a part of our lives. So, thank you.